you tell the people watching what you do for a business, please?
Yeah, of course. So cybersecurity is the field that I'm in. So essentially, we provide understanding, protection, and peace of mind from cyber threat. And our clients say that although they can't see us there, so we're not physically there and we're not tangible, they can't touch us, they know that we're there to defend them and keep them cyber secure and keep them one step ahead of those attackers. We do that through our advice and consultancy, where we find the problems before those nasty criminals do. We can do that through our training and awareness, where we educate the workforce on what to look out for and what to do when they don't know what to do. And then we can provide the protection plan, which is that full peace of mind from cyber threat, keeping your business one step ahead of the attacker.
Boom. You see, guys, you see why I like this guy. Honestly, mate, you have got so much potential to be on TV and everything, man. You deliver things like absolutely fantastic. Is there a type of business in terms of size that you tend to work with or like to work with, or what's the kind of the target market that you're looking to work with?
For me, there isn't a target. We will support anybody and everybody. We will support the one-man band, and we will support the multi-million-pound companies. We want to make sure that everybody is cyber secure, so we'll never turn away a business.
Oh, fantastic. And what are the kind of things that it's a small business owner should be looking out for when it comes to cyber security?
So small business owners, it can happen to everybody. It's no longer a matter of if, it's a matter of when. What cyber criminals are doing now is, let's take you into an image of that you're Nigel, you're a fisherman, you're going out to sea. You're going to go and fish for tuna. You will cast out a big net in the hope that you catch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tunas so that you can put food on the table and earn some money. That's exactly what the attackers are doing. They're casting out their net digitally, whether that be in the form of a phishing email or something otherwise, in the hope that they catch one business. That's all that they want to do.
So what they're looking for is that one weak link, that one person who sees £1 million is going to go into your account if you press this button and goes, oh, wow, there is a God. And I think that's what they prey on. They prey on people's kind of, I suppose, greed. Is that the right word?
Yeah. And it's one thing that the media doesn't paint that true picture of. We always see big companies getting breached. You got the likes of the Marriott hotels and your Ryanairs and your British Airways that are getting attacked, and that gets pushed out on the media so much, and it fools small business owners into false believement because they think, oh, it's not happening to small businesses because it's not being published on the news, but it happens every single day. We see that. Small business owners don't see that.
Scary. Guys, if you're listening in, peeps, take heed of what this guy is saying. If you haven't got protection at the moment for your business, you need to get in touch with Jon. I'm sure he's got resources, etc. if you want to educate yourself. But most certainly, this is some serious stuff, especially if you've got, if your business is making money. What you don't want is someone to come along and take that money away from you because you haven't protected yourself. So, Jon, what inspired you to start the business?
So for me, technology has always been a passion of mine from a very early age. And by going down the educational route, there are many technical concepts that I came across. And it all ended up with me pursuing a career in cybersecurity. It started out with a passion with IT, that then moved to a passion for networking. And no, that's not the business networking, how we met Nigel. Networking is how devices communicate with each other over the internet.
Gotcha.
And from that, I then sparked a passion for security. Went to university, did a degree, graduated the first class degree. Wow. Did my certifications and then went to work in the industry. And from that, I then noticed a gap in the market where cybersecurity was inaffordable for small businesses. Yeah. And that's what inspired me to set up my business.
Fantastic. And I think you're right where you've just hit the nail on the head there, where the perception, obviously before you came along, for small business owners was that, if I want to get protection, I'm going to have to spend thousands, hundreds of thousands. I haven't got that. So absolutely. And do you have a link to a page on a website where people can go and have a look at what's available if they want to work with you, or do they need to kind of speak to you to find out what they need? You on more of a consultancy basis, or is there something they can buy off the shelf and say, right, I need that, just, put this in place? Yeah,
of course. So most of our services are priced on a client-by-client basis, depending on the requirements. But the managed service protection plan that we offer, the pricing is actually available on our website.
Oh, fantastic! So what you can do later on is maybe drop your links in, so people can go and check it out. And if you've got any kind of helpful resources in there, you know, educational resources which people can, you know, find out a bit more about why, the whys, the whats, and the hows. Obviously, just to kind of show them that, hey, this guy knows his stuff.
Absolutely.
That's what I said. Hey, we've got Alison. Hey, Alison Cotton. How
Hello.
you doing, honey? Thanks for joining us. Hey, Natasha Gordon. Hope you're well, honey. Hope you're busy. Now your shop. In fact, I was speaking to one of my friends yesterday, and she reopened her shop, obviously because of COVID, and she was off her feet all day. Absolutely fantastic news. So well done, Natasha. Well done. So with the business, tell us about some of the challenges that you've had to overcome.
So that there's a few challenges really. I think starting out, have you ever read a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear?
Atomic Habits. I am actually making a list of books at the moment because I've got about 10 that I need to get my hands on. Atomic Habits.
Yeah. So if you haven't read Atomic Habits by James Clear, I recommend that you read it. You can get it on Audible. It's about a 5.5 hour book. And for me, that was one of the first challenges that I needed to overcome when starting out the business, because we all do little things, small things that distract us, and we don't realize that we do it.
Yeah.
We check our phones all the time, and that distracts us away from the task.
Yeah.
You know, we try and focus on one task,
Yeah.
but then another task distracts us. Then we forget about that task and move on to something else.
Yeah.
One massive flaw is we all use our phones for an alarm clock. And when the minute we wake up and we go, right, okay, we'll turn the alarm clock off, we then fall into what I call the notification vortex. It sucks you in. You go onto Facebook.
Bright lights, man.
Yeah, you go onto Facebook, you check your text messages, you check your emails, and before you know it, you've spent an hour on your phone thinking, where's that time gone?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What Atomic Habits tries to do is enable you to remove those bad habits out of your life and replace them with good ones. And for me, that was one of the most important challenges that I needed to get across, because I did suffer from those bad habits, which would then distract your attention away from what's actually important.
Fantastic.
So, you know, go and buy yourself an alarm clock, you can get one for £8 on Amazon. You know, that they're not expensive, and just remove those bad habits out of your life. So that for me was one of the first challenges. Second challenge for me was self-motivation and self-drive.
Yeah.
When you start a business, it can be lonely. You're on your own. You haven't got that team around you. And for me, going from a working environment where I've got a team of 12 people around me to just me, it's tough. It feels lonely. You can't bounce your ideas off people. So when you do set up a business, surround yourself with a supportive network, a network that you can trust, a network that you can just shout and scream at and ask for advice, and know that they will keep that with the utmost confidentiality for you. Setting up a business isn't lonely as long as you've got that supporting network around you.
Fantastic.
Another challenge for me, being a young person, I started my business
young and handsome with a Barry White voice. I mean, come on, mate.
Of course. I started my business 2 years ago when I was 22 years old. Now, for a lot of other business owners, they can view age as a negative, especially when people look young like me. You know, I've been looked down at a lot and questioned about my experience because of how young I am. However, for me, my age is perfect, not just for the industry I'm in, but for other industries. You know, a fresh pair of eyes can bring a fresh view to an industry, and especially in cybersecurity. Would you rather have somebody young that knows the technology inside and out dealing with it, or would you rather have somebody that's 50, 60 that doesn't really know technology that much?
John, don't be ageist,
you know what I mean?
man. We'll start getting tomatoes thrown at us. Come on, man. There's nothing wrong with 50 and 60 guys.
There's nothing wrong.
He's only playing. You guys are well. To be fair, some of the most experienced and knowledgeable computer experts that I've come across have been in that age group, because they were the early pioneers who were on IBM, you know, writing all those kind of bits of software, which is obviously transmuted into what we're kind of working on today. So we're not knocking you guys, but you are right in terms of, because you know what's happening right now and you are abreast of what's happening right now, absolutely, you should definitely be a consideration. We've got a few more people join us. Hey, Simone, how you doing, girl? Alison Cotton says, I now only put a motivational post to go for my run, but I don't look at my phone until I go downstairs to work. Good idea. Fantastic idea. Simone says, a supportive network is essential. And Alison says, hey, I'm 50. Well, Alison, you don't look it, so it doesn't. I'm not too far behind you, honey. And no one will ever know when I'm 50 because I'm going to start going backwards soon. Call me Benjamin Button. Oh, fantastic, mate. I mean, you put some really great things in there in terms of the challenges and how you've overcome them. Really, really, really good. Oh, it's my favorite question. Tell us one thing about you that not many people know.
I'm sure lots of people know this by now, but I'm sure many people in this group won't know it. But I was born and raised into a deaf family, so I'm fluent in British Sign Language.
Wow. Mate, I'm not being funny, man. How many more corners have you got? Wow. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And do you use that to kind of support the deaf community in any way, shape or form? Or what do you kind of do to help support them using, that knowledge and skills?
I do it quite often. So when deaf people require the support, I'm always happy to jump on and be that interpreter for them and support them to communicate in this world. There's been many of an occasion where when we could go out into the world and could go into shops, where I'd find a deaf person struggling to communicate with the shopkeeper, so I would just step in and help out with them.
Jon Coss, man, listen, I know this lady who does clothing. I'm gonna get her to make you a cape. You need a cape, man. You're a superhero. That is absolutely fantastic, and it's something I didn't know. And fair play to you, man. I mean, that is absolutely brilliant. And the thing about that, what I'm going to ask you is, how often do you tell the wider world about that? Because how many business owners out there may be suffering with, or how many people who maybe are deaf want to do something different but can't then communicate? Outside world. So
it's not one thing. Not one thing that I promote heavily. I mean, if I'm asked about it,
I would definitely start saying, look, I can support people who are deaf. I'm fully qualified, trained sign language, British Sign Language. Talk to me, mate. That's fantastic. Wow, I'm kind of speechless now. I'm like, how do I follow that? Hey, Gina. Woo. Gina was going to listen later, but the Atomic Habits got me. Just sent you a little ditty to listen to afterwards. Oh, she sent me a ditty. You were born with that mission. So when I first read it, I thought she said Atomic Kittens, but yeah, Atomic Habits. Mate, I tell you what, that is what, that rings so true with so many people about those little things which send you off on a bit of a tangent. And I think it's because we look at what we have to do. And some things you love to do, it's like, yeah, I'm right in the zone. And then some things are very process driven. It's like, and those are the ones where you think, oh God, this is so boring. I could be out in the garden now, or I could look at my phone, or sending messages to people. So I think you've definitely, rung a bell with a lot of people. You've given us some good advice, really, based on the challenges you've gone through regarding habits and having a support network, and the fact that age is not a barrier. Age is just a number. But is there any other advice that you'd give somebody who was starting a business right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think along with all the advice that I gave previously, for me, the main piece of advice: be patient, be persistent. It will work. And if it doesn't work, Nigel, tell me one successful person on this planet that hasn't failed before it worked.
Jeez, man, you have to fail. If you don't fail, you don't appreciate when it actually turns. Failure points you in the direction of success, because you can always look at what you didn't do or what you did wrong. Embrace it. Yes, you're going to be a little bit down, but get over yourself, man. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Of course.
Not built in a day.
Of course.
And as long as you can see that you are making steps towards the greater goal, enjoy the ride.
Of course, of course. You know, failing is natural. Failing is success because you learn, you get better, as you said. And if you don't fail, are you truly successful?
Well, I suppose the way to always look at that is let's say you were born into a rich family and you didn't want for anything ever. How could you then appreciate working towards something when you know you could just whip out your wallet and go boom? You know, it drives you. It should drive you. It shouldn't demotivate you. You know, life is hard. Forget business. Life itself can be hard, but you know, it's how you deal with it that will kind of shape you and make you better.
Of course.
Oh, Jon, have you got any more tips, mate?
No, just be patient, be persistent. It's the moral, you know. Like I say, you've mentioned Rome doesn't get built overnight. Business doesn't get built overnight. So be patient. Don't expect results from day one. Exactly. But also be persistent. If somebody doesn't come back to you, just be persistent, because something will come off. Yeah. And when it does come off, you won't regret the efforts that you've gone to.
Trust me, guys, if you keep poking the hornet's nest, eventually you will get stung.
Of course.
Right. A few more comments. So Gina says, you were born with that mission. Oh. Shall I get in the cape? Gina, can you make capes? Simone said, oh, bless you, Simone. Oh, Nigel, please don't take time off again until July. We need your energy on a regular basis. I was actually away. I was off for 10 days. Bloody loved it, mate. Absolute bliss. Got so much done, which I needed to get. You know those jobs that you think, yeah, I'm going to get that done because it's going to help me. And you put them off because they're like kind of biggish tasks. Got them all knocked out, mate. I'm sat here going, whoa, I'm amazing. Simone, I'll be taking some time off in June. Not July. I can't wait that long. So, Jon, we're going to wrap up now. Obviously, if you can drop all your links, any blurb that you want to share with the people watching, education, because I'm telling you guys, when I had my one-to-one with Jon, I learned so much. I mean, we haven't even spoke about penetration testing, you know, and I mean, I was really looking forward to that. And I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to penetration testing. Gina says your mission was to be a support to those in the deaf community, amongst other missions, of course.
I like that.
Yeah, honestly, it's amazing. Is there anything that the people watching, lurking, sharing can do to help you right now, sir?
There's two things, actually, if I may.
Go on, man.
Okay. So the first thing, so for the last 14 days, I've been raising money for the Stamboli Trust, who's a charity that I've known for a while now, and they raise money for CyberKnife. Now, CyberKnife is a cancer treatment. It's a cancer treatment. It's a radiobiotic cancer treatment that can cure cancer and target the cancer cells with a sub 0.03 submillimeter accuracy. Now, it's not available in the UK at all. You either have to go out to the States or other European countries. What the Stamboli Trust are doing, along with many other charities, are funding clinical trials in the UK. Specifically, the Stamboli Trust are funding clinical trials at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham to try and get CyberKnife on as a NHS treatment.
So hold on a second. If this is available around the world, how come we haven't got it in the NHS?
It's not being clinically trialed. So it's currently being clinically trialed now.
But it works?
It works.
But we haven't got it?
No.
And how long's it been out?
I don't know.
You've got to ask yourself questions sometimes, haven't you?
Of course. But essentially, this year marks the 10-year anniversary of Stan, who travelled out to Washington for CyberKnife treatment. Hence the distance between his hometown in Congleton and over in Washington in the USA and back. We tried to walk 7,088 miles in just 18 days. And I'm pleased. No, I'm
hold on a second.
7,088.
What, one person?
No, not just me. We've got a group of us that are doing it.
Oh my God. I can see my feet just wearing away.
But I'm pleased to say that 2 days ago, well, not 2 days ago, yesterday, we smashed that target out of the park. And we've now extended that to 10,000 miles because it finishes on Saturday. We're doing the final group walk over in Lichfield to finish off the 18 days. Now, if you can donate to this amazing cause, I'll share my Just Giving page in the comments below.
Yeah.
So that's the first one. Second one, just take 30 minutes after this call, just consider cybersecurity for your business, because it truly is a matter of when. It's not a matter of if anymore, and it's not expensive. If I can help you in any way, shape or form, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always happy to help, but please do consider cybersecurity and don't leave it until it's too late, because that can potentially ruin your business.
Boom. Well, I'm afraid the end is near. Jon, we're gonna have a debrief afterwards, but thank you so much for today. It's been absolutely fantastic to be able to, ask you some real searching questions and find out a lot more about your business. I'll be very surprised if you don't get a rush of people going to your online assets now to find out more about this young, dynamic guy with all these skills and superpowers who sounds like Barry White. So, yeah, don't be surprised if you get a few record producers phoning you as well. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today, people. If you're watching this on replay, I know I haven't sent the replay offer out yet. That's something else I need to do, actually. Just do hashtag replay. I know you've watched. I am going to do something, I do promise. And join us on Thursday, where we're going to be with Jeanette Devine, I believe. So that should be good. But Jon, thank you so much. Don't go anywhere. People, have a fantastic Tuesday. And to all you small business owners out there, be patient. Take your time. It will come to you. Just stay focused, stay motivated, stay positive, and the goodness will flow. Right, I shall see you all soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.